the award for Ron Scott Stevens, former commissioner and former everything in boxing. We're going to bring up two commissioners. Bob Duffy won, and also the commissioner himself, Randy Gordon. And he's got a great show on XM Sirius Radio. Here he is. I'm going to turn the mic over to Randy and Bob.
I just want to reach out to Jill Diamond from the WBC. She flew in from Kentucky for the show last night, and she's flying in from California next hour. Thank you. And Terry and Holly from Florida, she took care of all the... I want to thank you very much from the kindness of my heart for working out everything with the Terrence Leach family. And now, Randy Gordon.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, David. To all the inductees, congratulations here today. I look at this day as every one of you have touched my life in some way, and you've touched everybody out there. As far as Ron Scott Stevens, let me tell you something. What a career he has had. He has been a writer, a boxing writer for Boxing Scene, Ring Magazine, Fight Game. He has been the editor of Boxing Magazine, Boxing Beat, and Boxing Talk. He has been a ring announcer of the highest standard. He has been a television boxing analyst. He has been a matchmaker, making some world-class matches, including for some of our inductees like Al Cole and Jake Rodriguez. He has also been a promoter. And he made it so easy for me when I was commissioner, because Ron Scott Stevens and Bobby Goodman of Madison Square Garden sustained boxing in New York for all the years that I was commissioner. And Ron Scott Stevens had Powerhouse Promotions and Stillman's Promotions. In fact, I see his longtime partner over here, Karen. Alex, please stand up. You guys made it so easy for this old commissioner to do his job. Thank you. Carrie Alex, along with Ron Scott Stevens, Powerhouse Promotions, and Stillman's Promotions. And then, in 2002, Ron Scott Stevens became a member of the New York State Athletic Commission, my old home. And it was about a year later that the governor of New York, George Pataki, named him chairman of the New York State Athletic Commission. And in doing so, Ron's influence took 8 years of absolute neglect in New York, corruption in New York, and corrected it all and brought esteem back to the old New York State Athletic Commission as its chairman. And that's the Ron Scott Stevens that I know. In 2006, the Boxing Writers Association gave him their Honesty and Integrity Award. They could not have chosen a better guy. Throughout his career, throughout his life, he has oozed with class and professionalism. I have long thought about Ron Scott Stevens. He had better watch out, because if he continues in boxing the way he is going to give boxing a good name. And if this weekend isn't great enough for Ron Scott Stevens, just this weekend, and I don't think I'm breaking anything because it's all over his Facebook page, he and his longtime girlfriend, Vasha, got engaged. So with that, and I know Bob Duffy, you want to say a few words about Ron Scott Stevens. Again, one of the classiest, most professional gentlemen that have ever graced this sport, and it gives us all such great pleasure to induct him into the 2018 Ring 8 New York State Boxing Hall of Fame, where he so richly deserves to be. Bob?
Thank you, Randy. Ron Scott Stevens, I met Ron years ago when I was an inspector, and I was at the Penn Hotel, and Ron had one of his shows with us, and I tell you, Ron was a very kind and considerate man, because he always, I found it odd, here was the guy, the promoter, and he's saying to all the fighters, God bless you, be safe and God bless you. And I was inspired by him, his camaraderie and his comfort and his sincere thoughts for the other fighter on his show. He always wanted to make it his show, and he made his show. He always said to me, Duffy, a promoter is like painting a picture. You know, you stay within the lines, you make the right contrast, and after you're done with a beautiful picture, that's how I do my promotion. Ron's been a very dear friend of mine, I would say almost 35 years now. Go back a long time. He was a matchmaker, he was a promoter, he was a ring announcer, he's an author, he wrote several books. In fact, one of the more inspiring books is a book that he wrote on a guy named Cherry Patch. Nobody knows, but Mr. Cherry was a New York City fireman that lost at 9/11. He lost his life at 9/11. He was a fireman in the Brooklyn North section. And he used to sing the national anthem on all Ron Scott Stevens' show. And Ron, true to his credit, was good friends with Mr. Cherry. And he never forgot him, and he wrote the play on him. And Ron's second livelihood was going into the playwright business. He succeeded everything in boxing. But I think one of the best jobs, I always complimented him. I said, you know what, you were always the best matchmaker I ever knew. You were very conscientious, you worked very hard, and you did it with due diligence, and you did it 24/7. I don't believe Cedric would have been halfway where he was if it wasn't for you for matchmaking. And as far as the commission, well, not everybody was corrupt. I was in the commission then, so. But anyway, I think you're an excellent chairman. As Randy was an excellent chairman, as Malvina was an excellent chairman. And the great thing about the sport is that there is no fraud. We're all in it together because we're all family. But I'd like to bring up Ron as this year's 2018 Hall of Fame well-deserved recipient.